Welcome back. We've got those events out the way now, so we're ready to proceed. You mean I could have gone a bit further? Alright. Welcome to the State Guest House at Michelin. Lloyd and Ellie from the SSS, I presume. That's right. Wait, are you... Remember correctly, you were the guide who was at the auction. You're right. I'm terribly sorry about what happened that night. I never thought my old employer would end up as he did. Many of the old servants, myself included, were retained and entrusted management of the guest house. It was the kindness of Mayor Croy that allowed us to keep our livelihoods. I'm glad to hear that. I heard the dignitaries that attended the trade conference also stayed here. You did the state a service. You both are simply too kind. Thank you for saying so. Adorable. Hey Kia, did you miss me?
Yep, I've been exploring with Sully to pass the time. They said the dinner party thingy is going to be starting soon. You're supposed to be hurrying to your seeds.
Got it. After you. Very well. Please come inside. Lloyd and the others were then guided to the guest house's banquet hall. Shortly after, Mayor Croy and Mirabelle arrived as well. Everyone took the time to catch up with and greet the mayor, who apologized for his tardiness. Finally, a peaceful and comfortable dinner party complete, with a full-course meal began. At a very weird angle. I really am sorry once again for keeping you all waiting. What kind of host is late to his own dinner party? It's okay, Mr. Mayor. We all understand how busy you are. And thank you for everything you are doing. Yes, but just now that he chooses to be as busy as he is. Guilty as charged. Belle. I'm usually too busy rehearsing and performing to keep up with politics, to be perfectly honest. That said, there was no avoiding the news of the drastic proposal you made. If we're all being honest, then I should admit that it was something I've been ruminating on since taking office. To be frank, Mayor Frank Croy here, I had no intention of making it part of the conference's agenda. The discourse became a tad heated and I'd heard all I could take. Yeah, it did seem the way. It was very much that sort of like, you've been pushed into a corner. It's like, you know what, you know what, independence. So I decided, then was the time to grab the bull by the horns. So you did. Now that the curtain has risen, you have to keep dancing until the end. Isn't that right? Precisely. Speaking of the stage, it's my understanding that Arkansas will be holding an encore of Golden Sun Silver Moon. It just so happens that local referendum gauging the public's interest in independence is being held 1 week after its opening. I thought it was a happy coincidence, so I asked that you be invited too. Go figure. And I appreciate that you did. Today's been a fun break. Thank you for inviting us. Thanks. You put a lot of thought into this. Actually makes me feel a little anxious as an outsider. Oh, not at all, Miss Nuez. You're this table's representative of the esteemed St. Ursula Hospital. I've heard quite a bit about you. I must say, your sterling reputation precedes you. Some even call you the second coming of St. Ursula herself. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please, Mr. Mayor, I think you may be exaggerating a tad. Still, it is an honor to hear you say that. Oh, Father, you do realize you've done nothing but sing the praises of the young women here, don't you? How about saying something nice about Lloyd and the others? Oh, my apologies. I think being surrounded by so many beautiful young ladies was all it took for a man my age to get carried away. No sweat. We're thankful you invited us. That's right. Today was just what we needed. Before we get ready for the chaos that is clearly going to ensue. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. We've all had a lot of fun.
So did I.
Good, good. That was the hope. I'm sorry to bring it up again, but I know you all need this after what happened that day. The terrorists were guilty of trying to destroy the tower, but I never wanted that day to end the way it did. Yeah, they were not brought to justice, which is like, Lloyd was right on point, like, just being shocked. Because it's just, no. Like, they should be brought to justice, and then maybe if they've got, like, capital punishment, then maybe, then after they've been tried, maybe they should be killed. But that's a whole other debate that I'm not going to go into. It just depends on what their laws are, for instance. So it's like, we're killing them in cold blood without giving them a fair trial? Oof. I do not believe their sins, nor anyone else for that matter, were grave enough to warrant taking their lives. I intend to work to ensure that such tragedies cannot happen again. And to also show everyone that justice is still alive and well. Oh. Mayor Croy. Hearing you say that washes away the things that have been weighing on my mind. I have a question regarding the state independence referendum. If the public votes for it, will Crossbell become independent? No. The referendum itself doesn't have the power to make independence a reality. However, the results will be closely watched by our international neighbours, and that much is certain. Once votes are in, an international public opinion will begin to form. That will be our opportunity to snatch independence from the major powers. Or at least, that's how I imagine it. Ballsy play. You make it sound all too easy. Surely Crossbell is in store for tough times ahead.
Was he?
No, it's exactly as he says. There's no question that Crossbell's state independence is going to be a complex geopolitical topic. However, people's hearts are not something made to be swept away by the hardships of the times. Even in the face of great adversity, men maintain their pride and pursue their ideals. I believe the potential to do so is something that makes us human. Uncle, the potential and pride to pursue what we believe is just... well said. So yes, the path Crossbell must walk will in fact be fraught with peril. My peers and I will be working hard in the coming weeks to open that path for us. However, it will be the duty of the next generation to aim just as high and keep us on that path. Mayor Croy took a look around the room, making eye contact with everyone present. I ask that all of you continue contributing to Crossbell's future in your own ways. I'll try. Still waiting for it to kick off. After some time, the dinner party came to an end, and Lloyd and the others returned to the 3rd floor of the hotel. Feeling strangely elated, though still exhausted from the fun of the day, they decided to turn in early. And then... Crossbell's barriers. Really? The same barriers that have been in front of us all year. Maybe Mayor Croy is doing what he believes is necessary for Crossbell to get past them. And yet... he managed to get over at least one when Revache was toppled. But now there are even more barriers in front of us than there were then. Are we really doing enough? Is the SSS making a difference? Where do we go from here? This isn't good. I'm exhausted, yet I can't sleep at all. Maybe I should go to the lounge and get some water. Is anywhere we can go though? Barging in at this hour probably wouldn't go over too well. Let's just go to the lounge. Incidentally, I did try going back quite a distance to try and unlock anyone else but Ellie during that little late night walk. Late night walk. That's what I want to say there. And no, it just kept coming up Ellie. It's like, fine, that's something we'll leave. If these games ever get officially localized, that'll be part of what I do, is getting those scenes. On top of, like, Toa and Juna. Because that's her name, right? Juna? That's how you pronounce it? Juna? With a G? It's Yuna, in case anyone was wondering. Oh. Evening, Risha. Gotcha. Oh.
ロイドさん。
Sorry about that. Hope I didn't startle you. No, that's not it. I was just lost in thought is all. Well, is it okay if I join you? Gotta make those noises just in case someone's not looking at the screen. The moon is beautiful from here. Perhaps it's because we're away from the lights of Crossbell City. I think that's right. You're not that far away. You know, Wesley told me something interesting this morning. He did? Said that I'd wake up, have a chance encounter with a girl where we're all alone. Hate to give him too much credit, but guess he got that one right. Never ceased to surprise me, Lloyd. I was thinking that I wished I wasn't alone right now. And then you appeared. Simply having you here makes me feel so much more at ease. I envy the rest of the SSS. It's just a coincidence, giving me too much credit. Still have a lot of areas I need to work on as a senior detective, and as a leader too. The one I desperately need to grow up. Irisha, can I be frank with you? Something I've been meaning to ask. Frank? What could it be? No, his name's Roger. Why is it... Is it your eyes are so empty when you smile? That's a hell of a question. I've noticed it since the day we met. In your short time in Crossbell, you've done so much. Recruited by Heiyue herself, I've gone on to co-star for our Conceal. Risha Mao is now a household name in Crossbell. And yet you still... When you smile, everything about it still feels so hollow. Why do you look like you've lost something? Why would you think? Because I've seen it before. Someone close to me wore that exact same kind of smile for a long time. But eventually, that smile, like her grief, faded. Now she can smile genuinely as she did before. You, on the other hand, I think you've always had an empty smile like that. Her grief came from trying to bear the sorrow of losing someone she loved. Forever. So what about you? Why smile that way? Even in the presence of someone like Heiyue. Someone who loves you. She's always been there for you. See? You really are full of surprises. I've always known you were sharp, but I didn't expect you to see right through me. Does that mean... Yes. Everything you said is true. Maybe it's because I know I'll have to someday leave Crossbell. I thought that might be it. Let me guess. You can't tell me the reason, can you? Correct. I can't share the details, but I can tell you this. From the day I was born, there's always been a path that I was meant to take. A path? Think of it as a family business to inherit. Ever since I was little, it has been my reason for living. It's the same path my ancestors have walked throughout history. And now, I no longer understand where that path is leading me or why. I see. But then, why not leave it? I'm afraid it's not that simple. Abandoning it is easier said than done. My father eventually found his reason for inheriting it. A dark hidden path that can influence society and even change the course of history. Now it's mine. I inherited it from father, and now it's my turn to walk it and find my reason. That's how it should be, from this moment on. It's strange. Earlier I refused the wine that Heiyue had offered. Yet sitting here, I feel as though I've become intoxicated on only the moonlight. Poetic, but I don't know about that. Sorry, I don't mean to make light of what you're saying. No, it's alright. My point is only that I've let far more slip than I was expecting. Thank you for listening to all of it, Lloyd. Not at all. I'm happy to lend you an ear. But there's something I need to say too. Risha, if you ever...
Lloyd?
Kia? Oh. Oh, and Risha's here too. Am I interrupting you two? No, it's okay. We were just finishing. Yeah, it's fine. You having trouble sleeping? Yeah. I had a scary dream. Really now? Would it help if you slept in my bed? Can I? Yes, but just this once. Aww. it's so adorable. Like, Sorry about that, Risha. I think we got cut a little short. Don't worry about it. I think talking with you will help me sleep too, Lloyd. So thank you. You're welcome, I guess. If it isn't too much trouble, could you keep this talk between us and away from Ilya specifically? I want to tell her these things too, but not until the time is right. I understand. Don't know how reliable I can be, but just know that you can call on me if you ever need anything. I'll do whatever I can. I appreciate it. I'll be sure to come to you for advice if I ever need it again.
おやすみなさい。ロイドさん、キアちゃん。
Good night, Risha.
おやすみなさい。
Did something happen to Risha? She seems sadder than she usually does. So you've noticed too. I don't have all the details, but she's clearly dealing with a lot. She's a friend, so I'm going to be there for her in any way I can. You're such a cool guy, Lloyd. What the heck is that supposed to mean? Anyway, need to get you back to bed, little lady. You need to go to the restroom first.
Lloyd, I can go do that by myself.
So, I am noticing 2 missing people here.
Lloyd. 起きなよ。ロイド。
Brandy's completely passed out that he's inside the pillow. What? What time is it? About 2 a.m., I think? Looked like you were having a nightmare. You okay? Oh, yeah, I guess I was having some kind of weird dream. Wait. Huh?
なんだ、どうした?
Something's very wrong. Andy, sorry, did we wake you? Don't worry about it. My head was really in the pillow there. More importantly, where's Guido? You brought her back to sleep in your bed earlier, right? Oh, you two noticed. Yeah, that's right, she should be right here. And she's not. That's not good. Yeah, let's start looking for her. Thanks, guys. Sorry about dragging you out of bed like this. Lloyd and the others searched the 3rd floor but couldn't find a trace of Kia. Having sensed their presences moving about, Tio soon joined, and the other girls followed suit. Shortly after, they called the hotel staff at the 2nd floor search too. So she's not on the 2nd floor either. I'm terribly sorry. And again, we weren't able to thoroughly search every guest room. Already done more than enough. It's the middle of the night after all. The heck has gotten into Shorty, running off somewhere half asleep? This is growing more and more concerning. Where could she have gone? I was unable to find her by searching with the Eon system as well. No idea where she could be. Dear. Hey, boy. I was wondering where you were. Go off indeed. What? He said, follow me. She is this way. And what are we waiting for? Let's chase after him. Grr wolf. That way. But be careful. You really do pick up what he's laying down. If Side thinks we should be careful, that can only mean... I know, but there's no time to ponder the what-ifs. We need to move. Fran, Cecile, Ilya, Sully, and Risha. Please stay here and wait for us. But... No, I understand. We'd only slow you down if we tagged along. Fine, but if something happens, call us right away. I brought a first aid kit, so I can at least treat minor injuries. Thanks, that helps. Please be careful out there, everyone. What Cecile said. Call my Enigma if there's an emergency. What is this presence I'm sensing? Risha? I'm fine, don't mind me. However, I think you all should prepare for anything before you go. Please be careful, everyone. Ask for treatment, eh? Call us right away if there's an emergency. Also have a first aid kit here with me, so I can treat minor cuts and scrapes. Please be careful out there, Lloyd. I know we'd only slow you down if we tried to tag along. Getting a bad feeling from the way Zeit is behaving. Could be dangerous out there. All the more reason for you to find that missing on the double, little guy. We will. I know we'd only slow you down if you tried to tag along. It's very much my thoughts and feelings right now. It's like, well, when we started Zero, two certain braces were not there. But then we went there later in the game, they were with us. And what we just saw in that dream was a certain scenario without the braces there. But was that before? Because I've got to try and remind myself, like, did they arrive at a later time, or is that literally at a point where they're just not there? Hence going into the idea of, like, alternate timelines and all that type of stuff again. Which is very much, my position is very suspicious on all that, because it's like, I've got two thoughts. We had this massive discussion on Discord the other day. Very much two trains of thoughts of, like, whether or not it could be multiple worlds, or it could be multiple timelines, or a singular time. Like, there's loads of theories going in my head in regards to, like, quantum mechanics and Plato's theories and all this type of stuff. There's loads of stuff. But it basically comes down to, in this part, was that a vision of a road not taken? Just so you know, Shorty is just as hyperactive when she's asleep. All that tossing and turning. Where the heck did she go? Did she run off to this time? Yes. Why would Kia wander into the theme park by herself at this hour? Don't know, but make sure to call me if something happens. Maybe to request backup from headquarters if things get dicey. I'm so worried about Kia wandering off by herself in the middle of the night. Call me if anything crazy happens, okay? Growl. Something has Zeit on high alert. So all I need to hear to know we need to proceed carefully. Growl. Also got thoughts and feelings about the, door's locked. The door being locked. It's already the middle of the night, let's hurry to the theme park. But yeah, thoughts and feelings on what's going on with, the Castle of Mirrors. And the reason I'm talking about all this stuff here before we go is, like, I feel like it's gonna be relevant when I go through. So, you know, I just want to get this out the way before we go in, sort of thing. It's all exciting, it's all exciting! Yes! I mean, oh no, yeah, sad and stuff. Yes, the Castle of Mirrors I'm finding very suspicious because it's clearly representing the three higher elements. Which, if it's somehow connected to the society, and this idea of, like, Maria Bell is part of the society, she's part of our Robert Ross, then this is all part of a plan. And I'm wondering, again, I've talked about this on Discord, there was a massive discussion, so there's a lot of details that will be missing here. It's basically, I'm just wondering if what Ouroboros is doing is trying to fuse what they currently have, which is the space Septarian, with other aspects. If they're trying to combine, say, space, time, and mirage into one, fuse them in together into like one ultimate higher element Septarian. That could be what they're up to. That could be why that's been built that way, that's the way the structure is. All those sorts of things. And it could be very much like, if you control the higher elements, you basically control everything. Is that unbalanced? That was what was posed as a question on Discord. Is like, that seems unbalanced, doesn't it, in terms of Septarians? Yeah. That would be very unbalanced, like that the higher elements are just more powerful. It's like, but such things do happen in our own nature, because gravity, as a force throughout the universe, is very, very weak compared to some of the other forces. So there is a precedent for that in terms of forces, in terms of elemental structures of the universe and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, the higher elements could be more powerful than the other four. So if they control those three, they control everything. Isn't that what they want to do, though? Is that what they're up to? I don't know, but that's roughly where my thoughts and feelings are right now in regards to the Castle of Mirrors. So, I think we've got us caught up with what the Discord stuff was going on about. We've got the Castle of Mirrors suspicion, and we've got the alternate worlds, timelines, all that type of stuff going on. We even went into, like, looking at what the quantum eraser was, if you know what that is. The discussion went a bit crazy. Let's go. Uh-oh. Look. What happened to the banners? Not liking the looks of this. When did this even happen? It's totally as I suspected, isn't it? He was hiding in the Mishi costume, wasn't he? Doubt it's one of the park's nighttime attractions. It's definitely not. I had never heard of anything like this. More importantly, how dare they vandalize Mishi's good image? Yeah, that too. Wait, look there. Fool's Wonderland. Even went and goofed around with the name. I feel like I'm still dreaming or something. Ooh. If that is Luciola, we could easily just be in a dream. We could be in a dream right now. Don't know what kind of dreams you have, but I call this a nightmare. Here is somewhere up ahead. It's all that matters to me. Going in no matter what. Right. Let's move. Didn't spot any dense fog though, so I don't know. Okay, good look around. We still got a Mishi up there though. Didn't get all the Mishis, did you? I don't remember actually 100%, but it's like the Castle of Mirrors, like it sort of like has a face look to it on its door. I wonder if they changed that as well. They changed the flowers down here though, for definite. Someone has some pretty techie tastes. Who the hell went through all this trouble for whatever's going on? Don't know, but I don't like the looks of this. Dare they soil these sacred grounds? That clown could never replace Mishi. Calm down, Tio. Forget that. What's important is where Kia ran off to. Something is approaching from the left and right. What? Oh, I mean, come on. Hey! What are they? They don't look like special effects from the horror coaster. No, they look like fog monsters. Are we in a dream? Whatever they are, they're hostile. Stop them. Here they come.